Yeah.
What do you think it would mean to his teammates if this guy remains?
Yeah, no, I think I've talked to him too, and from my experience, we obviously are very similar in the regard that we both got traded here last year, and just through those discussions, we both love it here. You know, I think this organization is an amazing place to play. You get treated so well. The city's incredible, so we would love to have him back in all aspects. But just for him specifically, he's such a good team guy. His presence in the room and off the ice speaks louder than most things that I could say. So just having that presence around is very important, and it would be a huge plus or bonus, I guess you could say, to keep him around this group. Yeah. Thank you.
Just jump in, sorry if it's repetitive. Just how this group approaches this road trip, given everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. I think we all know where we are within the standings, and it's important for us. The homestand didn't go the way that we wanted to, but obviously, like I said, you try and take little segments throughout the year. I always like to break it down into 5 or 10 game segments, and this is a 4-game segment that we have all on the road right here. And if we have a very successful road trip, that will head us into the break feeling well. So I think, like I said, just trying to break it down into smaller increments. First and foremost, focusing on the first shift tonight, then going from there. But overall, just staying present and staying in it for sure.
A lot of talk about the defensive side as a group.
Yep.
I wonder what Jake and others, just how you see those improvements that have to be made collectively.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think it just kind of comes from just our general team game in all aspects. I think there's some things that we can clean up for sure, some areas, but I think as long as we're all on the same page and just working for each other out there on the ice, that's when we're going to have our best recipe for success. So system-wise and everything like that, it's going to be what it is to continue to try and get better in that defensive zone and aspect. But I think for us, if we can just kind of protect our net front, keep the shots to the outside, make it easier for our goalie, and then come out of our zone a little bit better, we should start to generate a little bit more.
How do you approach this trip as a group, given what everything is right now, and you try to block out what you can't control, but what do you look at this trip?
Yeah, we try and, I think, have a pretty narrow mindset. I think as cliche as it is, you have to go shift by shift at this time of year where we're at. I think you can't look too far ahead. Once you start doing that, I feel like it looks like a bigger hole than if you have that narrow mindset. So we have to have that. We have to have urgency, obviously. I think we've all talked about it, but we just have to play a good, simple road game and get us started here. And I thought we did a good job on the road last trip, and we're going to have to do very similar things to be able to win.
How helpful is it to get on the road, after a tough stretch at home?
Well, yeah.
Like a reset it?
Well, I think, especially after not performing at home when I thought we've been a pretty good home team all year. It's nice to get on the road again and especially before this break here, kind of figure it out, and it starts tonight.
Can you take anything from when you guys did go on that run after the previous seasons back in December? Like what was then that you can kind of carry over?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to. It's our only option. So, yeah, it's simplicity and playing for one another, making it hard on teams, and it's easy to say all this stuff, but we have to go do it, and it has to start today.
What kind of challenges does Seattle provide you guys?
Well, they have some high skill up front and some big defenders on the back end. Honestly, I haven't seen much of them this year, but every time we played in this building, it's a hard building to play in, good atmosphere, and they make it hard on you. Some guys who can shoot the puck on the power play and make plays. So we're going to have to be good from the first 5 minutes out and go from there.
How do you go about replenishing the energy required here tonight, given where things felt 2 days ago and changing 3 time zones and all of that?
Yeah, I think obviously this condensed schedule is a little different, but you have to find a way every night, and it doesn't matter how you feel. I don't think anyone's 100% at this time of year on any team, so we have to figure it out and make sure we have all the juice that we need and feed off each other, feed off one another, and I think we'll be good.
Chatting with some of you guys, just about defensively as a group. What do you see the importance of being connected? Is that about communication? What do you see as
All the above. I don't think there's one glaring aspect, frankly. It's puck play, it's box outs, it's just awareness with F3s. Reloads, I mean, it just all collectively, when you're giving up multiple goals like we have been, you need to improve in a lot of aspects, and just communication and work is a lot of times helps that.
Probably goes without saying just about the desperation that this group feels right now. Just the approach to this venture to pick things off, and maybe the mindset of these next four.
Yeah, just a small picture, is really kind of how I like to operate, how we need to operate, frankly. Keeping that picture small, meaning just working on that first period tonight, and then focus on your first shift, and when that one done, focus on your next one, and controlling what you can control, and that's oftentimes your attitude, your work ethic, and just your desire to go out there and win that shift.
Do you lean on when things are going well, you kind of dug out before? Do you guys lean on that, or is it a whole other?
Yeah, no, I think you can definitely draw back on plenty of experiences you've had over your own career. Collectively, as a group, we've had this season. Everyone's had a rough patch here and there, so and we've all come out of it. So it's important that we have a good effort to start tonight and put our best foot forward.
But yeah, believer in the idea of kind of working your way out of a stretch where confidence isn't where you really like to. What's the roadmap?
It's pretty much the only way. You just got to kind of create it, and when the confidence isn't there, you got to do the right things away from the rink. Is kind of what I've learned over the course of my career to gain that confidence that you're feeling good going into the game, and you're ready to go, and you're prepared, you're mentally, physically ready to go.
I don't see a lot of Seattle, but I wonder what the focus on them.
Yeah, no, I think every time we play them, they play. They're tough. They got some skill over there. They work hard. They got a good mix of talent and grit. Back end's solid. Good goaltending. Lane over there is their coach last year, so they got good coaching. So it's going to be a good test for us.
Not being scared to lose games, but trying to play our game and do our best every shift. So I guess we'll try to keep doing that.
Why do you think things kind of got away? Like you mentioned, like in the at the end of December, you guys found your game and it was kind of going the right way. Where do you think things kind of went away?
I think especially defensively, our game slipped a little bit. Obviously, giving more goals, more chances. Can do a better job in the neutral zone, as well as the breakouts. So just gotta get back to our game. I mean, we've done it for a stretch there for 10 games. So just gotta get back to it.
Apologies if this is repetitive, but just wasn't saying the importance of this road trip. How do you guys approach or attack this road trip right from the get-go?
Yeah, go back to how we played in those last 10 games. I mean, the stretch we were having success, so take it one shift at a time, one game at a time. Obviously, not how we wanted the homestand to go, but just a reset here on the road and go back to our game.
You touched about the defensive side of things. What has to improve in your mind as a unit, as a group, to make sure that the defensive side is much improved?
I think we can be more connected forward in these. As forward, giving them more options in the neutral zone for breakouts, and in neutral zone be more connected with the Ds, so they have less time to work with. So just work as a five-man unit.
What was your sense of the mood of the group yesterday? Long flight out here, getting the energy back. What's your read?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, obviously not the homestand we wanted. So I guess now we're on the road. Just got to try to reset, take it one game at a time, one shift at a time, and that's the mentality we got coming in tonight.
Craig, what the message is for your group as they start on a pretty crucial four-game trip?
Yeah, obviously it's a huge trip. Starting with tonight's game, we are where we're at, and we've dug this hole, so we got to dig ourselves out of it by starting tonight. That's the message.
A lot of talk about the way the group collectively is wanting to improve on the defensive side of things. What is a key to that? What do you stress there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's we made you know, a lot of mistakes at home during that homestand, and we definitely did not defend well enough to win hockey games at home. I mean, other than the Detroit game, the other games got away from us, and we can't allow that to happen.
Any lineup changes?
No.
How close is Willie? We saw him out there today.
He's close. Yeah.
Potentially in Vancouver?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you just waiting for him to give you the word, or is it just like a tandem of?
Well, it's a tandem. We, you know, with the trainers and everybody, we communicate. And Willie wanted to get a real good push today out here, and skate, doing some extra stuff. And you know, I think hopefully he's ready to go next game.
And Anthony's in that.
Yes.
Now, did you talk to him after, you know, first game back, bit of a rough one against Vegas?
Yeah, there's obviously, I think he was. We looked at the, you know, when you look at him and the game and the tape, he tried to do way too much, you know, and it's understandable being out that long and wanting to help your team, but he just needs to do what he's best at and focus on that, you know. Like sometimes you come back and you're a little too eager and you want to do too much, and we felt he was just kind of all over the place.
When he's at his best, what does it look like?
Size, right, and just big in net and let things come to him. You know, patient in net. He's been really good at that, especially going back to last year. Very patient in net, taking on the shooter and just doing his job, but being big in net. Obviously, puck play. He's good at playing the puck too. So, just those types of things. Just settle down and do your job.
You guys don't see a lot of Seattle, so when you look at your take, what kind of challenges do you want your group to be mindful of?
Well, I think they've defended pretty well this year. Their goaltending's been really solid, and you know, they got some skill up and down their lineup. It's not all on one line. I think, you know, they're pretty deep with 3 lines, and you know, they play pretty solid defense. You're going to have to earn your chances tonight, and you know, we're going to have to. Special teams are going to have to be good tonight. We're going to have to defend well tonight. It's not going to be an easy game by any means. You know, Lane's got them playing good defense, and that's what they're relying on in their goaltending.
What's your sense of the group overall?
The group's fine. I mean, I think, you know, they understand where we're at and what we got to do better, and all that stuff. And now it's time for action. You got to go out and do it. We can all talk about it all we want, but it's going on the ice and executing and doing it properly for 60 minutes.
Scott Laughton doesn't wear a letter, but do you consider him part of your leadership group? And what way do you see that he leads?
Well, obviously on the ice he leads with just effort and determination out there and doing all the little things right with, you know, penalty killing and checking, and, you know, you watch him, he blocks shots, he does a lot of good things, and scores goals for us too at the same time. Not a lot, but he scores. And then he's such a good leader in the locker room with his voice. You know, he's on top of things and keeps everybody on their toes in there, and he's very good in the locker room.